Good afternoon. Today we are going to start the second lecture of polarography. In first lecture we saw the introduction of polarography and then discuss the some terms. So here we are going to discuss instrumentation and working of polarographic apparatus. Okay, so in last lecture we saw the introduction and we just see the how dropping mercury electrode is constructed and their function. So basically we use the polarographic technique to measure the current which is passing through the cell when the potential is applied. Okay, so here in that point we are going to discuss here the instrument and polarographic apparatus. Means which instrumentation means the instrument is how to construct, and then there how it work to measure the current passing through the cell when potential is applied. Okay, so in that, in instrumentation, the first component of the apparatus or instrument is cell, polarographic cell. So basically polarographic cell consists of three important parts. First part is the cathode is the first electrode, the anode another electrode, then the electrolyte solution which is taken to be analyzed, it is a third one, and fourth one is the point is removal of oxygen from the sample solution. These four components, the four parts present in only photo or in a polarographic cell. Cell consists of two electrodes, cathode and anode. Electrolyte solution is present, so the transfer of electron from one electrode to another electrode. So there is a transformation. So there is a need of electrolyte solution. So basically in first part, what is a cathode? Cathode means the electrode which is the negatively charged, and here we use the cathode means negatively charged electrode as a dropping mercury electrode, which is the micro electrode, which is the smaller surface area electrode, which is polarizable electrode, or sometimes we call as indicator electrode. Okay, so here what we use, DME used as a cathode means dropping mercury electrode used as a cathode in given cell, and always in polarography the cathode used as a dropping mercury electrode as a negative electrode. It is very micro electrode, that means their surface area is smaller. Surface area is smaller, that means it is a polarizable, and it is a polarizable, that means it is an indicator electrode. Basically in number of techniques two electrodes are used, indicator electrode and reference electrode. Reference electrode is different kind, it is a non-polarizable, their potential is constant. Reference electrode has their potential is constant. So where is the potential is changed, we change the potential on the indicator electrode. Upon indicator electrode the potential change karto, and then we measure the current passing through the cell, how much current is passing through the cell when a particular potential is applied. We measure that current and then we calculate the parameters of the component of the solution of the sample which is taken to be analyzed. Okay, so here it is all about the cathode. What is the anode? Basically here anode use a electrode which having the larger surface area, it is macro electrode, and here it is non-polarizable. So basically in polarography two reference electrodes are used. It is a pool of mercury or second saturated calomel electrode. So two electrodes we can use as a reference electrode in polarography. Okay, so here we can use pool of mercury or saturated calomel electrode. So both use as a reference electrode. Third point is the electrolyte solution. What is the electrolyte solution? So it is the solution which containing the sample solution which is taken to be analyzed. So analyte is present, with that there is a use saturated or high concentrated potassium chloride as a co-electrolyte. With that there is some gelatin is added as a suppressor. So three components present in solution First one is sample solution which is analyzed. Second one is KCl, it is a co-electrolyte. Their concentration is 100 times greater than the sample solution. But we measure the potential, we measure the current only sample, because the KCl is there, their concentration is known, so we remove the current due to the KCl in the calculation, because we already know the concentration. So we just calculate the current passing through the cell when potential is applied only for the sample. Okay. So how sample is oxidized or reduced? It depends on their nature. So basically the polarography technique depends on nature as well as concentration of the solution. त्याच्यावरती आपण depend करतो. So in electrolyte part there are three things. Solution means sample plus KCl as a co-electrolyte. Second one is gelatin is added, which is as a suppressor which used in a solution. Then we use the solution for the analysis. Fourth point is removal of oxygen. Removal of oxygen. Basically, you know, in given analytic chamber, analytic part means which is going to be analyzed. So if you see here in both the diagrams here, suppose this is the cell which containing the solution. Okay, so this solution part containing the oxygen. So oxygen easily oxidize the mercury. If mercury is oxidized, it converts into mercurous oxide. So this, to avoid this thing, it is very important to remove the oxygen from the solution chamber. So for that, here there are two inlets are used. Two inlets are here. One inlet which is upper inlet which used to remove the oxygen, and this lower inlet which used to add the nitrogen. So before the measurement of current or potential applied, that before that we pass, or the technique in the procedure before the measurement, first of all to pass the N2 gas here. So N2 gas bubble here in the solution. So oxygen is present. If oxygen, it may be in a dissolved state or in an empty chamber in a gaseous state, the oxygen is removed from that analytic or analysis part or in a sample chamber. So why it is important before the measurement? If oxygen is available here, so that time this oxygen oxidize the mercury drops as well as the pool of mercury. So always solution placed above the pool of mercury. This is a pool of mercury means what? Pool of mercury means large amount of mercury placed at the bottom. It acts as a pool of mercury. If this mercury pool is not used, sometimes use the calomel electrode. So saturated calomel electrode we can use. That time there is no need of to place the mercury at the bottom. Okay. So this is the removal of oxygen. So for removal of oxygen, always use nitrogen gas. You know the reason why? Because nitrogen gas has higher more denser than the oxygen. So more denser gas allowed to pass. So lower denser gas comes at the top and it eliminate or remove from the analytic chamber or analysis chamber. And this is the, so there are two types of cell we can use, the first one and second one. You can see in figure there are two types of cells are used. The first cell is here, second cell is here. Okay, so in first cell it consists of two inlets, upper inlets and lower inlets, as well as there are two glass plates here, rods, which is fixed at the above and below, which containing the mercury. Okay, so here the dropping mercury electrode plates are fitted from the top here. There is a outlet, there is a inlet. Inlet, the N2 gas is allowed to pass to remove the oxygen. From this, oxygen is out, O2 is out, so removal of oxygen. Here is a pole of mercury. So here, pool of mercury acts as a anode, and dropping mercury electrode acts as a cathode. Both are connected to the battery and other part of the instrument which measure the current passing through the cell. Okay, so in next part there is a polarograph, there is a block diagram is given how polarograph is constructed, but here we only think about the cell. Then we move to the other part, okay, whole part, what remaining component present in the given apparatus. So we only going to discuss here only polarographic cell. It is a some part of this apparatus. Okay. There are two types of cell, first one and second one. This is a H type of cell. So here, this is a you see here it look like the H. So here is a H type. Basically here there are two arms are used, first arm, second arm. In first arm there is a solution which is taken to be analyzed are fill up here. Here is the electrolyte solution is used, another electrolyte solution. So here is a mercury is placed, and there is this electrode is a calomel electrode. Here no pool of mercury is used. We can use pool of mercury. This is a pool of mercury, or simple place the calomel electrode, which is a reference electrode, which is an anode. So anode placed at the one arm, and the dimethyl dropping mercury electrode is placed in a first arm. So the first arm which containing this electrode, here sample solution is used. Between these are joined together by this part. So here the part is filled up with the agar-agar gel. Agar-agar gel with saturated potassium chloride. So the cells are connected by this agar-agar gel. So in your physical experiments, practicals, the courses include there is a potentiometer. Practicals there, that time we can use the agar-agar gel, because two beakers are used. They are connected with the bent tube, and the bent tube containing the agar-agar gel. त्याच्यामध्ये आपण agar-agar gel वापरतो, suspension वापरतो agar-agarचा. So this suspension containing the electrolyte, त्याच्यामध्ये electrolyte असतो. So what happen when current is applied? This is a anode, there is a cathode. So this electrolyte solution, here is a electrolyte solution, here is a sample solution. So the sample solution containing KCl as well as gelatin as a suppressor. So these are connected. So flow of current from this agar-agar to here, or from this side to this side. So that's why here agar-agar gel is used. So this is the H type of cell, or sometimes this type of cell used in polarograph. So this is all about the first part. In second part, we're going to discuss polarograph. This is the block diagram which is given to you. Here is a part of cell. Here is a voltmeter. There is a galvanometer. P stand for potentiometer. B is the battery. S is the shunt which is crossed or attached to the galvanometer. So it is a part of galvanometer. Here is a battery. Here is a potentiometer. Here is a voltmeter. So galvanometer basically used to measure the how much current is passing. So we can use the galvanometer. Okay. And what is the potential importance of potentiometer? Potentiometer apply the potential, particular potential range of potential. So how much potential needed to be applied? Okay, that for that we use the potentiometer. Okay, so potential is measured here, how much potential is applied, and how much current is passing through that cell is measured by the galvanometer. So galvanometer is fixed, potentiometer is fixed. For the working of instrument, battery is needed. Battery is there is a voltmeter, how much voltage is there. So it is a voltmeter. So here the first type of cell is considered here. First type of cell is considered here. So first component of this apparatus here we are going to discuss. We already discussed the cell. So what remaining in the polarograph? There is a galvanometer, battery, shunt is there, potentiometer is there. So what is a battery? So suitable battery is required with the suitable current which provide the current to the instrument. So battery is important. Battery is used there, and the battery which is used up to supply 3 volt potential, 3 volt current is there. So 3 volt is the maximum capacity battery is used, 3 volt battery is used. Second, potentiometer which is used to apply up to 3 volt potential. So that's why I use potentiometer. What is a galvanometer? Galvanometer used to measure how much current is passing through that cell. When current is applied, when potential is applied, that time how much current is passing through that cell is depends on nature of the sample which is taken to be analyzed. जे सबस्टन्स आहे त्याच्यावर डिपेंड करतं की किती करंट पास होईल, आणि तो करंट पास झालेला कोण मेजर करणार आहे? गॅल्व्हॅनोमीटर. आपल्याला रिडिंग्स दिसणार आहेत. सो वी कॅन सी द रिडिंग्स. Okay, so using galvanometer we measure it. Potentiometer is used to be how much potential to be applied here. Okay, so this is the cell, here is a dropping mercury electrode we can use here. There is a pool of mercury is used, it acts as anode, it acts as a cathode. Again same, nitrogen gas is allowed to pass to remove the oxygen, so oxygen removed from the solution with the sample here, plus we can add KCl plus gelatin. So three components in the sample part, sample plus KCl, it is a coelectrolyte, gelatin, it is a suppressor we can use here. So when the current is, when the potential is applied, that time the current is passing. So when current is applied, when potential is applied, that time from this mercury the droplets comes out here. Okay, the droplets having this uniform size, uniform surface area. So mercury which containing the negative charge, because here is a negative electrode. So this negative charge which interact with the sample, so sample goes reduction, undergoes the reduction because the electrons are provided. So any metal which present in ionic part, it undergoes reduction. Once it undergoes reduction, they converts into metal ion into solid. What is the reduction? Gain of electron. So we are going to discuss how functioning the polarograph, we are going to discuss in detail. So this is all about the polarograph. So first part is polarographic cell, second part is polarograph, which there is the components which are present, their function we already discussed here. So in next we are going to discuss how functioning the given polarograph. What is the functioning of this polarograph? Okay, suppose sample is here, the current is applied. When current is applied, then what happened that time? So here the cathode anode are connected with each other. There is a electrolyte solution. You already तुम्हाला ते समजलं असेल की इलेक्ट्रोलाइट सोल्यूशन आहे, त्याच्यामध्ये सॅम्पल हे जिलॅटिन टाकले, हा कॅथोड आहे, इकडे ॲनोड आहे, बॅटरीला कनेक्टेड आहे, गॅल्व्हनोमीटर जॉईंट आहे, पोटेन्शियोमीटर पण अटॅच झालेला आहे आणि स्टार्ट केलं. स्टार्ट केल्याने काय होणार आहे? This is the electrode with the droplets of or drop of mercury comes here, which contain the surface area, which provide, it is a negatively charged. Okay, so electrons are provided to the sample, and suppose here any metal which present in n plus state, any, suppose +1, +2, +3, whatever it depending on nature and their oxidation state. So mercury droplet electrodes provide n number of electrons. Suppose here m plus 2, 2 electrons are here, m plus 1, 1 electron is there, m plus 3, there 3 electrons are here. What happened? The electrons are gained by this, so process is reduction. So I already told you, basically more reducible substances we can analyze using the polarography, because oxidizable substance there is a limitations, because mercury itself easily undergoes oxidation. So we can use the highly oxidizable substance more than mercury, or if any substance which are oxidizable but their oxidation tendency potential is less than mercury, we cannot use here. So we use the substance which is more oxidizable as compared to mercury, or we simply use the reducible substances. So reduction is happen. So m. So basically first here ionic state in a dissolved state. After getting of electron, it converts into solid state, because it, when suppose we consider NaCl solution, so Na plus Cl minus is the solution which is taken to be analysis. If one electron is provided to the sodium, sodium becomes complete their electronic, so it converts into solid state. So solid state of metal which is deposited at the top of the mercury. At the top of the mercury, म्हणजे मर्क्युरीचा जो ड्रॉप आहे त्याच्या टॉपवरती, त्याच्या सरफेसवरती तो काय होणार? सॉलिड तयार होणार, कारण की रिडक्शन झाल्यामुळे. आणि रिडक्शन झाल्यामुळे तो सॉलिड झाला तर तो कुठं होईल? या टॉपला. आणि इथं झाल्यामुळे इट इन्क्रीजेस देअर वेट, त्याचे वेट इन्क्रीज होणार आणि इट ड्रॉप और फॉल डाऊन हियर. Fall down here, again new drop comes, again some metal ions reduce, again attach here on the droplets which oxidize, reduce, it converts into metal, again drop comes here. So this way there is a metal which is deposited in the solid state on the surface of the mercury drop at the top and fall down to the bottom. So this way the 100% solution which containing metal in a some oxidation state converts into solid and they fall down at the bottom. When metal and mercury attach together, so solid metal and mercury, they comes together and formation of amalgam. So this metal when attached with mercury, it converts into MHG. Here is the amalgam. So any metal solution containing metal mercury solution, metal mercury composition called as amalgams. त्याला आपण म्हणतो amalgams. So amalgam is formed. This amalgam is solid. Here we can separate the metal, or there is no need of separation. Just we going to measure the how much current is passed from this cell and we analyze it. Okay, there is no need of solid metal to subtract, to eliminate, or to isolation. Here just need to, what is the function, what is the aim? Just measure the current passing through the cell when potential is applied. This is the important function of polarography. So this is the working of this instrument. Okay, so this way we calculate, we measure the how much potential, how much current is pass this solution, because when reduction is there, so if one metal having +1 oxidation state, another metal having +3 oxidation state, so both metals, suppose we consider two samples. In first sample, the metal containing +1 oxidation state. In second sample, the metal containing +3 oxidation state. If we consider both in analysis, to both analyze using this process, both required more potential, both required more potential. That means the current passing through this solution is different in both the cases, because both require different number of electrons for the reduction. रिडक्शनसाठी वेगवेगळे डिफरंट नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स लागतील, म्हणून हा जो फ्लो ऑफ करंट असेल हा डिफरंट असेल जो आपण इथं मेजर करणार आहेत गॅल्व्हॅनोमीटरमध्ये. सो टू सॅम्पल, इफ देर आर डिफरंट सॅम्पल वी कॅन मेजर द potential. So for that, to working here, there are number of deflections are happen. So this type of deflections, so here is a current current and here is a time or voltage. Okay, so here is the current and here is the time. So this type of deflections are possible because at the every time different current is passed in the sample, because of once there is also at the beginning there is a different current is required, at the end there is a different current is required. So we get the different types of polarigraphs. Okay, we will discuss in later part how polarograph is looked and how we measure the parameters using the graph which is plotted against between the voltage and current. Okay, voltage and current we plot and then we measure the parameters. So this is a polarograph. There is a deflection of currents. So here we measure the average value. So average value which is considered. So always use average value of whole solution as the current which is flow through the sample. Average values आपण consider करतो. And last part of the sample instrumentation is once आता बघा first पाहिलं आपण सेल पाहिल्यानंतर पूर्ण इन्स्ट्रुमेंट पाहिलं, इन्स्ट्रुमेंट पाहिल्यानंतर आपण त्याचं फंक्शन कसं होतं ते बघितलं. आता लास्टला फंक्शनिंग झालं तर आपल्याकडे रिपोर्ट्स येणार ॲनालिसिस झाल्यानंतर, आणि तो रिपोर्ट येतो इन द फॉर्म ऑफ पोलॅरोग्राफ. त्याला आपण म्हणतो पोलॅरोग्राफ. मीन्स प्लॉटिंग द व्हॅल्यूज बिटवीन करंट वर्सेस पोटेन्शियल, वी गेट द wave and the wave called as polarograph. So basically the polarograph is look like, so here A, B, here is the C point, here is a D point. Okay, then it is the average value. Okay, here is the average value. Then here is a point B. So here it is a residual part. Here is a current, here is a potential, means voltage. Current versus voltage. So this is residual current. Here Again there is a no change, that means it is the limiting current. And this part, it is a diffusion current. Diffusion current. So basically polarograph divided into three parts. AB, the curve is divided into three parts. AB, then BC, and then C and D. So at the AB point, there is a no fluctuation in current. So current is very smaller. Here is a high. This is the between. Here is the average. Okay. So here is the average current, higher maxima, or here is a minima. So at the minima, there is a deflection. It is just straight, but actually this is a look like this. So here the residual current is very lower, and at this point up to this potential, there is no reduction of the sample because current is too small. So if current is too small, that means there is a no reduction. So sufficient potential is applied, that time the reduction is begins. So reduction begins from point B and it increases up to point C. Means if we consider here, so up to these two potentials, between these two potentials, actually reduction happen, reduction takes place. Means here reduction begins and reaches to the highest point. So at the point C, at the point B to C, there is actual reduction, increase the current flowing through the sample. सॅम्पल मधनं जे करंट पास होतं इथं हा इन्क्रीज झाला, दॅट मीन्स सॅम्पलचं रिडक्शन स्टार्ट झालंय. ओके, आणि सॅम्पल ट्रान्सपोर्टेशन जे असेल डिफ्युजन, सो ॲक्च्युअल रिडक्शन इथं झालं म्हणून त्याला म्हणतात डिफ्युजन करंट. अँड डिफ्युजन करंट इज मेजर, देअर ॲव्हरेज व्हॅल्यू ऑफ डिफ्युजन करंट इज मेजर इन पोलॅरोग्राफी. अँड दिस ॲव्हरेज व्हॅल्यू वी कन्सिडर देअर हाऊ मच करंट इज पास फ्रॉम द सॅम्पल. मग त्याचा EMF, इलेक्ट्रोमोटिव्ह फोर्स, EMF आपण पोटेन्शिओमीटरने EMF अप्लाय करतो. सो EMF तिथं पोटेन्शियल अप्लाय केलं, गॅल्व्हनोमीटरने आपण करंट तो मेजर करणं किती पास झालं. सो वी कन्सिडर इज द ॲव्हरेज व्हॅल्यू. हिअर अगेन देयर इज अ करंट इज कॉन्स्टंट when potential is increases. Current is constant when potential, but it is the highest, there is a no change. That means it is a limiting current. Okay, this current is available but there is not useful. Current is there, potential increases, current remains constant. That means our experiment is over, the reduction is over, so it is a limiting current. Residual current which is available but not useful. Here there is a not available, not useful, because it is a just limiting current. So important part of the graph is this one. It is a diffusion current which is used to be reduction of the sample, and we measure the average value of it and we can calculate the current which is passing through the sample. So this is all about the today's lecture. It is the instrumentation. So the remaining topics we will discuss in next lectures. So today I'm going to stop here. You read it, try to understand. If you have any difficulty, you can ask me. Okay.